How do you socialize with women? With women, it's generally way more important to smile a lot. They respond a lot better when you act more friendly and outgoing, which I know can be very challenging, but I would recommend starting by focusing on making an extra effort to smile when you see them and asking them how they're doing today while making eye contact. With guys, it's way easier to get by with flat emotions and a projected indifference, but with women it's far more likely to be interpreted as closed doors, which tend to cut off the beginnings of social interactions at the stem. I'm sorry this is happening. Being lonely is terrible. I don't have much experience, but you can try engaging in groups with the same interests you have. Smile and compliment them a little, then listen more. Maybe it will help. TBH, women are adorable and make great friends, so don't be afraid to mess things up or make things awkward. I'm sure someone would still love to be friends with you despite that. As for recommendations, I don't have any, but try to surround your world with content about and from women. It might help you get familiar with women in general. Best of luck, White Heart. I'm sorry you are going through that. Have you tried Vanessa Van Edwards? Just as a warning, I once leant on a girl's shoulder. We were friends trekking together, and she decided to tell everyone I practically assaulted her. Weirdest thing ever. She gave no mention at the time of being uncomfortable. I think it was jealousy. She was extremely ugly, acne and overweight, and also not very fun to be around, so I was being kind, including her. The moral? Be careful of backstabbers. Different groups you can go to. I used to go to a college and career Bible study. I highly recommend the books Emotional Intelligence and Social Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. They are chock full of insight about how humans work and would be a great place to start to develop a foundation in knowledge. And once you have better knowledge, it's just about practicing social skills. 20F autistic here. I've had the same experiences. My best friend 20F, I think she's autistic too. We've known each other over 10 years. My social skills suck. I'm not a very people person. I want to have friends, then I get overwhelmed when too many people try to talk to me, especially if I don't know them that well. Me and my best friend see each other maybe once or twice a year now and message like 5 days a week. Nothing full on. That's enough for me. Making friends with people who have similar expectations in the friendship helps. We have very limited hobbies that are similar. We both just have a good laugh. I like thrillers, books and films, so if you'd like any of those recommendations, let me know. Honestly, if you're starting from scratch, a great book I'd recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a little outdated in parts, written in 1936 originally, and naturally culture and norms have evolved over time, but it's consistently still recommended as one of the best books ever written on the subject. A large part of that IMO is because it teaches you a vital part of socializing that many others fail to mention, and that's how to recognize, respect and work with people's boundaries and egos. As a woman myself, where other women are concerned, the best advice I can give you is consistency. Women have to be more guarded in this society, as even when they are 100% victims, they are still held accountable in the most mind-numbing of ways for the most ridiculous of things. They can't win in that respect. As a result, many women develop hypervigilance in order to spot and avoid potential dangers in advance, and the best way to overcome this is to show up consistently and in a safe, consistent manner. Like, for example, attend a local workout class for a few weeks and conduct yourself in a calm, friendly manner. Let people get used to your presence before trying to strike up any conversations. You'll often find after a while some might even approach you first. Things like mood cycling, outbursts, or any behavior in general that is unpredictable and/or aggressive in nature will make it harder for you to cultivate any bonds. If you already suffer from these, communication firstly is vital, and showing that you are actively working to address these things will also help a lot too. Putting in the work, like learning practicing methods such as CBT and DBT for example. Once you establish a sense that you are safe, you will find many women will be far more receptive and comfortable with you. It just takes time and patience. With regard to touch and whatnot, your boundaries should not be up for debate according to anyone else's needs or desires. You don't like touch, then you don't like touch, and the people around you should respect that. If they don't, then as hard as it may be, you need to cut your losses and keep looking, because they aren't friends worth having. You also have the right to change your mind afterwards with any boundary. The important thing is to just make sure you communicate this clearly to the people affected by it. Last but not least, I'd really recommend, if you're trying to make friends with others, work on befriending yourself first and foremost. Many people have no idea whatsoever who they are, and it results in them often losing themselves in their identities and getting taken advantage of in inauthentic friendships and relationships. Start off small and work your way up. Get to know things like your favorite color, favorite food, places you like, hobbies you enjoy, things that make you happy, sad, angry, uncomfortable, etc. All the things you would like to learn about a potential friend. Learn, accept, and celebrate about yourself too. Learn to compliment yourself, trust yourself, acknowledge and celebrate your wins, and have compassion, kindness, and patience for your failures. Practicing with yourself makes it easier to do with others too. This will 100% help when befriending people, especially women, as usually showing up in an authentic, unapologetic way as someone who knows and accepts who they are encourages others to feel safe to do the same. Also accept the fact that not everyone is going to be compatible. Doesn't make anyone good or bad, better or worse, simply different strokes for different folks. You're not going to get on with everyone, and everyone is not going to get on with you, no matter the effort, and that's okay. If something doesn't click or doesn't feel right, trust your gut and move on. Either way, you have plenty of time. Take it one step at a time, keep tipping away in the direction you want to go, and eventually that which you seek will absolutely be yours. Why don't you seek out other autistic people, or people that are aware, and support those with autism first? Then later, once you've learned more, you can try more socially complex situations. Set up a booth at your local library with a sign that says, "Somebody speak to me," and people will go up to you and speak to you, so you can do some training. You can give everyone a time limit so you don't have to talk to them for too long. I had the same problem when I was younger. You need to realize there are a lot of women who feel the same way and are just as nervous to make new friends as you are. Social skills is something you need to work on and practice, not just read in a book. Get out there and meet new people. There are lots of communities with group activities for women. Try to join one. Be brave. How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a very old book. It did help me with my social skills, so give it a shot. Socialise. 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 21F and having the same problem. I am autistic as well. But also I have a bit of trauma from female friendships as a child, bullying and being excluded. So now I gravitate towards men because I don't have that fear ingrained into me with male friendships. I can be your friend if you want to. Be you. Progressively put yourself in new situations without worrying about the outcome. Easier said than done, I know. Turning up is the first step. Join a club that interests you. You'll have something to talk about off the bat. Be kind to yourself. If you just stay quietly confident and give yourself time, once again, easier said than done, you will find your people. There are several Facebook groups for women with autism. I would definitely check them out. I just want friends. In which case, is there a reason this thread is focused particularly on women? You mention you find it slightly easier to get along with men, and so, if the need was just to have friends, I'd have assumed you'd be going for the low-hanging fruit. Or at the very least, not making the biggest challenge your main priority.